I was hoping it would go a little bit differently, but as I said on the live stream last night, it's kind of how I thought it would go. Yeah, that was the NASCAR All-Star Race in North Wilkesboro. It was about the atmosphere, the energy, the event, the passion, which I thought it felt like an all-star race for the first time in a long time. And so that was good. But other than that, I kind of knew and expected that the race itself was not going to be great. And that's kind of what we got, unfortunately. But Kyle Larson kind of stunk up the show, led 143 or 142 laps, whatever it was, of the 200. There was only one natural caution, I think. And after that, it was just the competition caution around lap 100. And then two long green flag runs at North Wilkesboro, where tire fall-offs is a big deal, but that's about it. That was the All-Star race. Now, the first thing I want to say, I've said more than one thing, but the first thing I want to say is please don't overreact. That's I don't want to see, North Wilkesboro sucks. It's not that. I said yesterday, I was talking about this, and with this car at the current moment, in its current configuration, I still believe it's a good car. Okay, it needs some work, but I still believe it's a good car. With this car, to get that short track package how you want it to be, I think it needs more horsepower. I think you're actually you're taking away maybe too much downforce, trying to get the drivers to be uncomfortable, but they need power. They need something underneath that foot of theirs so that they can get, make the moves that they want to make. But maybe I'm wrong on that, because at North Wilkesboro, you're not even going full throttle down the straightaways. So if you add more horsepower, does it really make a difference? It would be harder to go down the straightaways. So I don't know what the answer is, but I just kind of knew the car wasn't ready for, this type of race. We've seen it at Martinsville. We've seen it at Bristol. We've seen it here. We've seen it at Richmond. We've seen it at Phoenix. It needs work. And that's the fact of the matter. I think they know that. NASCAR knows that. So I didn't expect anything else from the All-Star race today other than what we got. This is exactly what I expected, which, is a little bit of a shame. But what I was looking at was the stuff around the All-Star race. Pre-race, post-race, the energy, the crowd, the grandstands, the event. And I really liked it. I really liked everything that was going on with the event that the All-Star race was with North Wilkesboro. I think it's a great facility. Obviously, I have not been there, but just from TV, I think it's a great facility. I like the vibe of it, the look of it. To me, it looks like there's also a good amount of capacity for seating and tickets sold and stuff. They've upgraded that. And it looks really cool, and I think it's worthy of being on the schedule, definitely 100%. But I don't want to get carried away in saying it deserves a points race. That's not what I think. I want to see the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro a few more times, because I just want to see if it could become the main host of the All-Star race. It's either you have to rotate the schedule or rotate the tracks of the All-Star race, or you put it at one place. And I just really like the vibe and the feeling of North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race. I think the racing product and the quality of the racing is going to be something that NASCAR has to work on, and the drivers have to work on to help them, because I have a feeling that this race at this track can work really well. We've been looking for the All-Star race to work by taking it. I mean, still can't believe I'm saying this. They took it to Texas. That's just disgusting. Took it away from Lowe's, tried moving to Bristol, stuff like that. This one felt like the first All-Star race since, when it was back at Charlotte a few years ago. So I just want to see it. I would like to give North Wilkesboro the chance of being the main host of the All-Star race. Do I think that you need to put a points race there? I don't think so. I think it should be a special event, and if it could always host the All-Star race, then that's really cool. You could probably put the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series around it, maybe, and then have the Cup All-Star race. You have heat races, you have Pit Crew Challenge, you have just more activation stuff around the track. I just think I like the idea of keeping that at North Wilkesboro. The race today wasn't what it was supposed to be, or it wasn't as exciting as people were hoping. And I just think it has to be worked on. I wouldn't be overreactive and beg NASCAR to change it, or say, why are we going to this old racing facility? The track's too worn out. I don't think any of that. I just think it's going to take some time to find the right tire and the right car package and the combination to get the drivers to be able to get close to each other. All you gotta do is get them to be close to each other. The problem is they just can't get close to each other. That's the problem. If you get them close to each other, it will work. You saw it kind of in the All-Star Open. That when you had Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, you had some anger with Michael McDowell, you had Eric Almirola. It was some good racing. I had a lot of fun with it. You can get that in the main race as well. It's just we have to try to help the drivers to get there. One thing I was thinking is the car too grippy? Probably. Is the car in a way too tough? Like, it takes a lot to move someone out of the way. Maybe. Can you, like, I was trying to think of things you could do to the short track package. I think there's more than, like, after watching that race, I was like, can it only be horsepower, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Can it only be horsepower? And I was like, no, I don't think it can. I think it needs more horsepower, but what else can it do? Or can you do to the car to make it better? And I was thinking, can you get the tires out of the track a little bit to help to make it easier for people to move each other? Because that was also one thing I noticed, is that you have to hit someone to an uncomfortable level to move them out of the groove. And I was thinking maybe that's because of the bigger tires. Can you maybe change that for a short track only? Is there a car that you could bring for only the All-Star race that you can use? Like a one-time thing. Just one car that's maybe not even the next gen car. What if it's a different car? Again, I'm brainstorming, but like, can you make the All-Star race its own thing? It's completely own and separate thing. Like, not even having to use the next gen car and maybe just use an older car, a different car. I don't know. There are ideas that I have, but they all start with the All-Star race being held at North Wilkesboro at night, Sunday night, with Saturday night being the heat races. It all starts there. I just think it deserves to be there. I like the vibe of it, and as long as people continue to show up and support that race, I'm all for it. I kind of want to get there myself probably one year to see it, because it just looks like a lot of fun. And the fact that you don't have to pay $8 for a hot dog, but instead you have to pay $3. It's that I like that. That's pretty cool. Of the race, the main talking point was lap 18. Kyle Larson started at the back, and there were other guys back there, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick. Some guys came down pit road because they were on scuffed tires. Everyone was on scuffed tires to start the race. So they came down pit lane, got fresh tires, and then it played a bigger deal than people thought. They literally all, like, Bubba Wallace, it didn't take him as quickly, but like it took him longer. But Kyle Larson stormed through the field and had like a 12-second lead, and that was because he was really good, but that was also because the fresh tires annihilated everyone else. Bubba Wallace was able to get to second. Tyler Reddick got up there as well, and then that was kind of that. Kyle Larson finished first, and Bubba Wallace finished second. That's the All-Star race. I mean, that's the only thing I could talk about. Honestly, I'm not trolling. It's the only thing I could talk about. It was a strategy call from the guys at the back of the pack that got fresh tires, and no one knew how quickly the tires would wear, so they just wore very, very quickly, like extremely quickly. Pitting after 15 laps was the right call, and most of the field didn't do it. And Larson did, and then he literally drove himself all the way to the front. Competition caution, gets the lead, and then Bubba Wallace and Larson stay up there, and no one could really go anywhere. Everyone was going the same speed. Dirty air was definitely a thing. Aero tight, it was all a thing. Yeah, I mean, I did have my worries a little bit before the next gen car came, that if we make it all the same speed, can this happen? Like, will everyone just be stationary? And that's kind of what we saw tonight. So, again, I don't want to be too critical, but there are glaring problems. There are glaring problems with the car that NASCAR has to figure out. And yeah, I don't know what the answers are. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments down below? I'm really, like, as I'm talking, I'm just really leaning towards that idea of making the All-Star race it's just its own thing at North Wilkesboro. And maybe even using a different car. just for one race. Just bringing a different car. And NASCAR's done that before. They've tested. I'm pretty sure they used the All-Star race before to test the next-gen car. Or am I crazy? Or they used it to test the 550 horsepower package. but I'm pretty sure they used it to test the next gen car one time. So I just have this idea of what if you use it for a one-off and try to find a car that's you can use like a throwback in a way for North Wilkesboro. That's what I'm thinking of, but that was the All-Star race. Nothing really left, but I like the broadcast. I think the broadcast was good. I thought the event was good. Presentation was good. Pre-race, post-race. I liked the vibe of it. I really did. It felt like an all-star race. The actual race itself wasn't great, but it felt like an all-star race. So that's step one in terms of getting the all-star race back to like its glory days. Now I think you can kind of fine-tune it. I want it to be back at North Wilkesboro. I want it to, continue that being its own thing. And let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Comment down below what you think. It's kind of a brainstorming idea. What do you guys think? What should we do with the All-Star race? Do you agree with any of my ideas? Do you have something different? Congratulations, Kyle Larson. He's $1 million richer. Not that big of a surprise, but that guy's one heck of a wheel man. And every time I pick him, he doesn't win. But then when I don't pick him, he wins, which that's frustrating me. I guess I just won't pick him. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.